Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, July 20th. It's a cool, damp morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region, and I don't think anybody's complaining after all the hot and dry weather we've had recently. Today will be welcome relief in terms of temperature and some soaking rainfall. Frontal system that came through a couple of days ago has stalled out just to the south, and a couple different waves of low pressure are riding along it. We had some soaking rains overnight, and there'll be some more soaking rains moving into the Mid-Atlantic region later on this afternoon and continuing into early Saturday. Gradual clearing will take place later on Saturday and it's Saturday night. Sunday promises to be a pretty decent day before some more hot and humid weather returns on Monday and Tuesday. That return of hot and humid weather early next week will not last long, however, as another cool front comes through by the time the midweek rolls around. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. Doesn't look that different from yesterday morning's surface map. In fact, things haven't changed all that much. There's this meandering, stalled out frontal system right here in the Mid-Atlantic region. One wave of low pressure already caused some soaking rains overnight into early Friday morning. It's now moving away. A second wave of low pressure is now developing out here over the Ohio Valley, and that'll enhance the rainfall possibilities for later this afternoon and tonight, and some of that rain can be heavy. There can be some dry weather, rain-free weather during the midday hours. However, it should remain cloudy and cool, and it'll look threatening just about the entire day. Some dry, cool weather here up over the Great Lakes, but hot weather has returned again to the Central Plains and into the Rocky Mountain region. Denver, Colorado, for example, will be up in the upper 90s for the next couple of days. Still cool right along the west coast of the U.S. Well, let's take a close-up view of the northeastern quadrant of the country. Here's the surface pressure analysis. One wave of low pressure situated right here, and a second one kind of developing out here over the Ohio Valley. All this precipitation right here is associated with that first wave of low pressure, and there is a second wave developing for the latter part of the afternoon and the evening. So in between right here, there can be some rain-free time during the midday hours here, but basically it's a cool, cloudy, damp day, and the winds are out of the northeast all the way from D.C. up across Philadelphia into New York City. This ocean flow of air will confine temperatures to the 70s in most areas north and east of the Mason-Dixon line, probably the 80s around D.C., but even D.C. region can possibly stay in the 70s on Saturday as that northeast flow continues right into the day on Saturday, giving us a couple of days of much cooler conditions compared to the last few days where temperatures just 2 days ago reached 100 degrees in the Philadelphia region. And here's a radar loop and showing that first band of precipitation that's now moving into southern New England, and meanwhile the second band of showers and thunderstorms are starting to gather itself out over West Virginia and western Pennsylvania. They'll move into the D.C. and Philadelphia regions later on this afternoon and continue right through tonight. Again, there can be some midday rain-free time, but it'll look threatening just about at it all day, with northeast wind keeping temperatures much cooler levels, especially north and east of the Mason-Dixon line. Well, here's the way the current infrared satellite loop looks. Lots of clouds associated with this meandering frontal system that kind of extends all across this region right here from the east coast into the Tennessee Valley. One wave of low pressure situated out here will head our way in the Mid-Atlantic later on today and tonight. Another wave of low pressure has already passed by the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor, now headed into the southern part of New England. Meanwhile, the monsoonal flow has kind of weakened and moved a little bit west of the Rocky Mountains region, so minimal chance of showers and thunderstorms today across Colorado, for example. They should be very hot once again, not only today, but for the next couple of days with temperatures way up in the 90s. Still quite pleasant and cool right along the west coast with high temperatures, for example, in the Los Angeles metropolitan region in the low 70s with plenty of sunshine. Well, let's look at a computer forecast map for tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. This is from the Global Forecast System GFS model run of 0Z last night. By tomorrow morning, the second wave of low pressure should finally be at the coast or just off the coast, moving away. Now, clearing will take place, but it'll be slow in the Mid-Atlantic region, and it'll It'll be basically a northwest to southeast type of clearing. So the last place to clear tomorrow will be down at the Jersey Shore. South Jersey, for example, could have clouds much of the day. The rain showers are still a possibility early in the morning in parts of the Mid-Atlantic region, but that should diminish. That threat should diminish to mostly cloudy skies during the afternoon. Could even have some peaks of sunshine, especially the farther north and west one goes tomorrow. Sunday promises to be a better day throughout the Mid-Atlantic with at least partial sunshine and still pleasant temperatures and humidity values. Meanwhile, out over the southern part of Canada, here's the next frontal system. This is a cool front already showing up on the computer forecast maps. Again, this is for Saturday morning, but this frontal system will pass through the Mid-Atlantic region by about Tuesday night. So even though Monday and Tuesday will be rather hot and humid with highs near 90 once again, maybe a thunderstorm each day, that 2-day hot and humid spell will come to an end as this cool front passes through, and the midweek promises to be rather comfortable here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, that's it for now. For the SIweather.com, I'm the SI Meteorologist.